traveling with production gear can be a drag sometimes. And I'm going to show you with these three cases how I travel with a full location audio kit that includes redundancy. Why redundancy? Well, when I'm in my home market and I'm working locally, I highly value redundancy. I always take two mixers. I always take enough to get it done more than one way. So when I'm traveling and my reputation is still on the line, I like to also travel with redundancy. So these three cases help me do that. On the left, we have a Nanook 915, and then we have a Pelican Air 1535 in the middle, and we have a Pelican Air 1595 on the right. I choose these case sizes strategically for a couple reasons. The first reason is because the Nanook 915 is absolutely perfect for taking it on an airplane and putting it under a seat. This is the best hard case I have found that will go under an airplane seat with no issue, leave plenty of foot room. Plus it has an easy to add shoulder strap that makes it even easier to carry. The 1535 is awesome because it is carry-on size and it is perfect for putting in an overhead bin. And the 1595 is perfect because it can fit quite a bit of stuff without being super unwieldy. You know, sometimes when you have a case that's really big, it can get a little crazy, hard to carry, but this one meets the middle for me, okay? So the 1595 has the backup audio kit. The 1535 has the primary audio kit. And the Nanook 915 has all the extra bits and bobs, cables, connectors, all that stuff in it. And then the harness here is just a standard Orca harness. And this travels in my suitcase that I bring for clothes. Just stuffs in there and fits nicely in there. So here's my strategy on this situation. And we'll get into these cases in a bit and I'll show you what's in them. But my strategy is, if this 1595 goes away completely and I don't see it for the entire job, I can still do the entire job with what's in the 1535. And vice versa. If one of these cases goes away, I can do the whole job without it. This case is pretty important and I don't plan to be disconnected from this case ever. This is my carry-on personal item that I use. I don't plan to get disconnected from that. So this one does not have redundancy built in, but I could do the job without stuff in there, right? But I can't do the job without a recorder in here. So for context, I am at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas doing audio for a trade show. I have a corporate client that I work with and they bring me here to do audio. There's two other people here doing video. So we're going to do interviews and all that good stuff. That's why I'm here. But let's get into the cases. In the 1595, I have my primary audio bag with my backup audio mixer. My backup audio mixer is a MixPre 10-2. And this thing is ready to cook if I need it, okay? You can see I have all of the jumper cables connected. These are just Cable Techniques right angle connectors that are multicolored. Then I have a set of outputs here. This is just Sound Devices cables. And then these are TA3 to XLR. And then I have this other side. I have another set of XLR jumpers. I have BNC timecode in. Then I have my X1 and 2 outputs. This is a 3.5 millimeter stereo breakout to this. Plus I make sure that I keep a USB card or a USB stick in here so that I can record. And then I have a card down here, okay? So essentially this mixer is completely ready to go. I could power this thing up and I could do a job on it, okay? Fully functional backup is what this is. And then if you look at the other stuff in this This is just the front side of my bag. So this just zips on. All right. It disconnects. The reason why it disconnected is because that's really the only way this bag's going to fit. So the other things that are in this case is I have some lob supplies. These are just furries, foamies, clips, stuff like that. Extra rolls of tape that I need for different things. Gaff tape, scar tape, a few extra bits and bobs of invisible lav covers and lav concealers, stuff like that. Microphone clips. And then I keep an L series battery charger because on the 833 you can run it on L series. So I bring an alternative powering method too for both of these mixers because I can also run this on L series, okay? And then I always have in my kit a mic splitter. You don't need this till you need this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. When you need this, you need it. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. And that's a bad thing, okay? Then, since I swear by a Leatherman, I always bring a Leatherman with me. Put that in the check bag. Down in there I have spare AA batteries. Okay, I've got headphones. These are my primary headphones. Okay, and then my phone mount for when I need to put my phone on my bag and operate the mixer that way. And then here's L series batteries. Again, these are just alternative power. Okay, both, like I said, both mixers can run on these. So I bring a charger with some L series, okay? I put one of my shotgun mics in here. This is a Sanken CS3E with a Bumblebee wind cover on it. And then I've got some spare mic clips for miking, putting mics on cameras if I need it. A spare battery cup, because, you know, you need that when you need that. And then this is the Wizicom MTH610 wireless mic. I always bring this just in case. You know, you never know when this is going to come in handy. You might run into a situation where you can't put a lav on somebody and you need to get audio, okay? Wireless audio, okay? Then on this side I have these Orca boom holders. One of them goes on your bag, one of them goes on your pole. Helps you be hands-free when you're running your pole. And then I've got two boom holders that can go on the end of light stands in case my arms get tired. And then I have, this is the mounting bracket to get a Wizicom MPR52 onto a camera. In my bag I always have a backup set of headphones. These are just dirt cheap earbuds. If everything goes wrong, I have these. So that's the 1595. Let's move our attention over here to the 1535. The 1535 case is the moneymaker on the shoot. And there's a reason why my primary audio kit goes in there. It goes in here because this is not going to leave my possession. This is my carry-on bag. This is what I'm going to bring with me down through the gate, put it in the overhead compartment. If somebody really, really, really begs me, I would like gate check it, but I really don't want to gate check this bag. If you take all these pieces and add them up, it's a lot of money in this case, okay? So this case has the standard foam inserts. I'm going to upgrade this case to a Trek pack eventually. I just haven't done it yet. So I've got, these are my standard bags. These are my COS 11Ds. This is all of my mic clips. And then this is my Wizicom extra battery stash. Okay, in here I have 5 COS 11Ds. In here I have 4 extra Wizicom batteries, and then I have a whole bunch of extra Bumblebee clips in here. Then this is the power adapter for charging my eSmart batteries. Extra laptop charger. Then you've got my BDS. This is an Audio Root eSmart BG DH Mark II. Okay, got some spare USB drives. Then here is the other shotgun mic. This is the Sanken CS-M1. So the reason why I put one in each case is because I need a shotgun mic. I'm either going to have the CS-M1 or the CS3E, but I need to have one of them. Okay. Also in this case, I've got a backup power cable. There is a power cable attached to the mixer, but I also have a backup version because, you know, if you don't have power, you don't have anything. And then another backup Hirose connection. And then we have the mixer. This is the 833. Again, it's got all of the cable extensions on it still. These are XLR cable extensions, TA3 to XLR, all right here. They're all right angle, just like my other Mix Pre. It's all right angle Cable Techniques cables. And then I have AES cables coming here out of the top. These two are for my MCR54, and then this one's for my MPR52. And then this is the XL AES block on top, plus cable extensions for the main left and right out. The X1 and X2 outs also have dedicated extensions, plus a timecode cable, always attached, LEMO, and the Bluetooth antenna. So that's the 833. And then I also have additional backup cables. So these are more Hirose and Hirose to DC cables. Then I've got all four of my MTP61s, and then my MPR52. And then in keeping with the TSA requirements, I have all of my eSmart batteries. I travel with 3 of these. These are just fully charged, but traveling with me. And then also have the lithium rechargeable batteries that I need for my MPR52. That's in there. And then charging caddies for the MTP61s and MPR52 batteries, plus my MCR54. And when I travel with it, I do I tape over these antenna ports just for safekeeping. So that's the MCR54. And then another set of miscellaneous batteries, a couple GoPro batteries for my GoPros, plus another charger for the MPR52 batteries, and an extra roll of gaff. So that's everything that goes in this 1535. As you can see, it's got a lot of stuff. This is the entire money maker of the kit, okay? If this case goes away, I can do the job. If this case goes away, I can do the job. I don't plan on this case going away, but if it did, I could do the job. Because over here is my additional support case. This is the Nanook 915, and we'll get into this. There's lots of bags in here, lots of different things. XLR cable, just because I put an XLR cable in multiple cases so that I hopefully have an XLR cable when I get to the job. There's also an XLR cable in the 1595 case. Then these are my Condor Blue tentacle mounts. I got 4 of those in this case. Then I have my hard drives. These are my hard drives I use for editing and data storage. It's just a mixture of SSDs, SanDisks, and things like that. Then I've got all 6 of my tentacles. This case has 6 tentacle trackies. Okay. Then I've got a bag of Ursa straps. These are just different sized Ursa straps that I can use for putting microphones on people that aren't wearing pants. Then I'm traveling with a Sennheiser wireless pack. This is just a transmitter receiver combination. This is a SK500G4 pack with an MKE2 microphone. This is ready to go if I need it as a backup. Then I have a whole host of different cables and connections. These allow me to adapt 1/4 inch XLR, mini XLR, all sorts of different variations in that case. This just is like my Swiss Army knife of converting from and to things, okay? And then I have my Tiny SA wireless scanner. I really don't go anywhere without this thing. This is a Tiny SA wireless scanner. Extremely helpful, okay? Extremely. When you need it, okay? And then I've got extra tentacle sync supplies. These are just Velcros and labels and extra tentacle sync stuff. Spares, I suppose. And then here's 2 more boxes of lavalier supplies. Again, clips, sticky tape, all the goodies that I would need. And then we have a whole nother bag of extra cables, right? This is an extra set of AES cables in case I need them, in case my main AES cables go down. Short XLRs, other adapters, other things in here that, again, a lot of them are duplicative of what's going on in these other cases, but you really can't have enough short little converter cables in your person. And then here's all of my WYSICOM antennas. Yeah, okay, here's all of the different WYSICOM antennas that I would need for the different frequency ranges. These are all SMA whip antennas, okay? So that's that case. You can see that each one of these cases comes in handy in a different capacity, okay? Each one of these cases could fill a role if one of the other ones wasn't available. Like, I could do the whole job with this case and my backup case because I do have a wireless mic in here. And I could do a whole job with just this case. It doesn't have the bag, but I could put it all together. I could do a job out of this case. It has the bag, it has the mix pre-10. So you can see that there's a system here where I have redundancy built in. And then the other item that I bring with me is this Stingray pouch. This pouch, I wear it on the airplane as a crossbody. It's got various things in it, my editing hard drive, power cable for my laptop, pens, pencils, writing utensils, safety scissors. These go through TSA, by the way. These are TSA approved, so they make it through. And then in the back pouch, we've got headphones. Again, I could do the whole job on these headphones. I could do the whole job on the backup earbuds that are in there. I could do the whole job on the set of MDR 506s, which I really like, 7506s. Those are my favorite. An extra GoPro, because you need one of those. More extra tapes and things like that. So this is a critical part of the kit, right? This goes with me, and this has even some things in it that duplicate things in all these cases, okay? So you can see that the idea is redundancy and duplicating. And at the end of the day, when you're on a job, especially in another city and you're being flown in, you better be ready to do the job. Otherwise, why did they fly you in? Okay? So you may wonder, why should I bring all this redundancy? Because you're being hired and you should have redundancy, because professionals have redundancy. Get that in your head. If you want to consider yourself a professional in audio, video, or anything multimedia, have 2 ways to do everything. Bring 2 cameras instead of 1. Bring 2 audio solutions instead of 1. Bring 2 of the things that you need, because when you need it, you need it. Okay? So keep that in mind. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of my travel audio kit, and we'll see you in the next one.